Mak tak nak pergi daycare semalam.
Biarkan je lah.
Biarkan aja.
Pas kalau kita pantai, kita paksa, dia mengamuk. Semalam itu.
Even with our own shortcomings, we are still showing up for our loved one, and that's already making a difference for our loved ones with mental health issues. My second son will be turning 29 this year. When he was 18 years old, he started showing changes in his behavior. He just wanted to stay alone in his room, and he looked like he was very confused and agitated. When we started seeing the symptoms, I was actually in denial. I actually talked to a doctor friend of mine and I said, my son is having schizophrenic-like symptoms. She said, Faiza, your son has schizophrenia, not schizophrenic-like symptoms. And that woke me up. In 2016, his symptoms was like full-blown. He had this blank look on his face and he was totally not functioning. The medication was not working because his audio hallucination was still continuing. He looked like he was like lost within himself, and I felt like I lost my son. For years, I felt lost because I didn't understand what this illness was. I didn't know where to go to find out. People were not talking about it openly. A lot of caregivers feel that they feel alone, that they don't have people to talk to that can understand what they're going through.
Selamat datang kelas C2C, Caregivers-to-Caregivers program. Apa yang kita buat? Pertama, untuk fahami isu kesihatan mental. Dan seterusnya, bagaimana kita boleh bantu orang tersayang kita untuk pulih. Kita buka minda kita untuk memperkasakan diri kita supaya kita boleh jadi penjaga yang lebih baik untuk orang tersayang kita. Kita ada 12 sesi. Pandangan hari ini kita akan lihat pandangan nombor 2 tentang isu kesihatan mental.
That was wonderful because that 12 sessions actually gave me a better understanding of my son's condition and the side effects of the medication that he was experiencing. And also in terms of helping myself as a caregiver, in terms of my self-care. I became a volunteer trainer with the C2C program in Caregivers Alliance Limited, or CAL for short.
PMHI.
One of the program managers approached me and told me, there is an opening in CAL. Would you like to join us as a full-timer? You can actually stay at home and work from home, and because our classes are actually conducted online on Zoom. So I was like, oh, marvelous. I felt that was my mission, a calling, because at that time we didn't have programs in Malay that actually talk openly about mental health issues, to my knowledge, for caregivers of persons with mental health issues. That would be like why I had to be the one to experience my loved one having this condition. And me with like my skills, my training background and teaching background was something that I could bring to the community, and especially the Malay-Muslim community.
Dengan kasturi, mereka pernah dengar sebab mereka pernah attend program kami di Caregivers. Jadi kita harap dalam kelas kita beri ruang untuk kita sama-sama boleh share, boleh kongsi sama. Jadi jangan rasa, alah malulah, siapalah saya kan, mungkin orang semua dah tahu. Tapi jangan fikir begitu, kerana apa yang anda share mungkin sangat valuable. Perjalanan emosi penjaga. Kalau kau tengok yang 3 stage ni, krisis, menangani, dan tindakan kan. Okey, sekarang ni anda boleh tulis anda ni stage apa.
It's not just a one-way kind of learning where you listen to the teacher talk. It's actually both ways. Even myself as a program manager in class, I learn a lot from the caregivers who share in my class.
Jadi bila saya punya saranan pada
Even the failures when they share, the mistakes that they've made, it's just showing that, it's okay not to be okay. We are all humans. We are all trying our best.
angkat tangan jika anda adalah anak menjaga ibu bapa.
Even with our own shortcomings, we are still showing up for our loved one, and that's already making a difference for our loved ones with mental health issues.
Kesihatan mental ni, penyakit ni, dia efek pada biologi dia. Fizikal dia tu terganggu. Psikologi dia dan pergaulan pun terganggu. Kalau kita lihat sebagai orang Islam, kita ada lagi satu bola kat sini, tak letak kat sini. Apa dia? Spiritual atau rohani kita sebenarnya terganggu kan. Orang tu start tu rasa putus asa dengan hubungan dia dengan Allah kan. Kalau dia rasa nak bunuh diri kan. Walaupun kita tahu sebagai orang Islam, kita seorang Muslim, kita tak seharusnya putus harapan kan. Dia tak boleh nak mentala rasa takut rasa sedih. Jadi ini bukan isu iman. Sebenarnya dia isu kesihatan mental. Dia akan
As a caregiver for my brother with schizophrenia, I feel that this session is a toolkit for me to help my brother, to empower him to do things on his own rather than just depending on me. The main takeaway is you're not alone in this journey.
Okay, what do you want?
Yeah, I think we actually needed this session to just decompress lah, because I think it's actually been a lot from last year up till now.
The C2C in Malay.
Yeah.
I felt that alone I wouldn't be able to do it. I needed a co-trainer. I feel very grateful that we could do this together.
I'm a caregiver to my mom who has depression and my older brother who has schizoaffective disorder. As a young caregiver myself, I had to step up very quickly, for the family. I had to quickly mature. As a young caregiver, you have to manage your own emotions. And you have to manage your own emotions, and then at the same time you also have to manage your parents' emotions, right? Even as young caregivers, we have to make difficult decisions for our family members, and these difficult decisions sometimes surpasses traditional family values, right? As much as I was the trainer for Faiza when she was a volunteer trainer, I also learned as much from her about how to navigate these difficult questions about religion or spirituality, for example. I think because for many caregivers, their faith, right, is what actually carries them through their caregiving journey. I want to be able to support our Malay-speaking caregivers, but where do I start? So with Faiza coming on board and also with Saria supporting us with the translation work, my pipe dream back in 2018 to create a Malay C2C training program finally happened this year.
The lesson 4, the ulang kaji, semua the kondisi dan keadaan ulang kaji.
All right.
Faiza actually approached me to help her with the C2C Malay program. At that point of time, there was no Malay program for C2C. So that's when I said, sure, I'm willing to help because the community will benefit. I was also a caregiver to my sister who was suffering from cancer. She was very depressed.
But then the caregivers, right, when they heard the pemicu, I don't think they really understand that was a trigger. And then but pencetus, yeah. And then like kemurungan, do we want to use the word depression or kemurungan? We've been using it interchangeably, right?
On paper, you just leave it as kemurungan. Then when you say it out, you say depression.
Atau lebih decline.
Atau sebagai depression. When we actually met people, people said using the word mental illness in our community itself is a taboo. That's why we have to be careful when we do the translation so as not to pull them off in joining the program itself.
Even after translation, we reflect back, ensuring that the message doesn't get lost in translation. That was very, very important.
Kenal saya, Faiza, tak menjaga seorang. Tapi kadang-kadang kita saya sprain saya punya kaki lah. Kesihatan dan keselamatan dia dengan kesihatan. Terima kasih. Minta maaf.
So just want to update also next about our upcoming Malay talks and program. So actually I was invited by Darussalam Mosque to this forum to talk about caregiver stress and burnout. As a program manager, I outreach to the public about mental health awareness and how we empower caregivers.
There are caregivers who are actually more comfortable in Malay language. So mostly these caregivers are in their 40s or 70s or so. Since Faiza joined us, she has been actively reaching out to the Malay-Muslim community.
So about the translation of the Malay curriculum, right? I just want to update that right now, Saria.
She has the passion and really wanted to reach out to many caregivers and also to share her experience, the struggles, the challenges she went through.
Last year, I suffered from a minor stroke and I was hospitalized for 4 days. But that was a wake-up call for me because I thought I was taking good care of myself.
Hi, girl. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Nice to see you. Yeah.
You do alternate nose breathing. Okay, using your right hand.
I'm just going to tell you
Your thumb.
what happened when she stepped into the house. There was a slight limp. Very noticeable. It broke my heart lah. And of course, we just hugged. Okay, I remembered that.
Three-legged dog. All the way up here. Bring your knees all the way towards your belly. Inhale. Good. Squeeze. Exhale. Kick back. One more. Don't look up. Just look down. Inhale. Exhale.
And when we sat down and I told her, what does your body need? And she said that, the right side, is still very weak. And honestly, to me, when she said that, I was like, okay, what is it I can do, as a yoga instructor?
2 more rounds. Inhale. Slow. All the way back up. All the way up. Soften your belly. Soften your belly. Drop your belly down. Twisting from your hips to your waist. Inhale. Ease. Bring it underneath your right armpit.
She is a survivor,
Inhale.
not a stroke patient, just a survivor. And I want her to actually get back on her feet. Maybe not as strong as before, but strong.
Bila makan pedas masih rasa sakit ni, ulu hati?
Tak, it's okay.
Okay already. But just to be careful aja lah, tak nak makan dah pedas I think ikan ni, ikan pari. Nak sikit. Mak punya ubat yang doktor cakap next week kan, before your procedure. Have you taken up?
Yeah, taken out.
I know that she's taking care of so many people in her family, and she has a lot of heart. But a tiny part of me is thinking, has she got time for herself or not?
Okay, Mak, I go back first, ya?
Thank you, Zah. Okay, Mak. Take care of yourself. Okay, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Tengok cuaca macam nak hujan. Sekejap Mama ambil itu air. Saya pun tak faham demensia tu apa. Dia sering lupa. Dia akan cakap, nak pergi mana kita sekarang? Saya kata, nak pergi minum kopi. Kopi di mana? Oh, kopi di tempat biasa. Tempat biasa di mana tu? Nanti 20 minit more, dia repeat lagi the same question. Kadang-kadang saya marah, geram. Kadang-kadang saya tak boleh tahan. Kerana, kenapa saya? Saya cari di mana saya boleh dapat bantuan untuk bukan saja untuk saya, tapi untuk ibu saya. Puan Faiza is a good advisor. Saya telah banyak belajar dan bermanfaat bagi saya. Dan banyak kelas itu sini membantu saya. Waktu Puan Faiza kata ada trainer course, you want to join? Saya kata, yes, I'm ready. If people help us, so why not we help people?
Halo Cik, apa khabar? Masya Allah, sihat?
Alhamdulillah.
Mahmud sihat? Terima kasihlah datang untuk kita punya training. Jadi kita punya sukarelawan. Jadi hari ini kita akan buat train the trainers untuk anda semua bagaimana nak jadi volunteer trainer atau pelatih sukarelawan kami di Caregivers Alliance Limited. Hari ini apa yang kita akan buat, facilitation skills atau kemahiran fasilitasi, dan kita akan lihat
The caregivers, after gaining the confidence from going through this course, they can actually help to reduce stigma on mental health issues, in the community.
Sebab mental health ni macam masih is a like social stigma lah. Jadi sukar untuk orang nak share kan. Jadi saya nak cuba break this fear dan cuba share effectively lah.
Some of the misconception or stigma about persons with mental health issue, right, or mental health illness is that firstly, there's no way to actually recover from it. Secondly, it may be a sign of weakness in character or even weakness in their faith. Thirdly, a person with a mental health issue is feared to be violent.
Sebenarnya ini yang kita nak beri kemahiran ni kepada anda semua. Macam mana nak motivasi diri anda, motivasi orang lain, macam mana nak break the stigma. Jadi kita nak beri kemahiran itu, equip anda atau beri kemahiran kepada anda dalam kelas TTT kami.
So the ultimate aim is for them to be advocates out there sharing with the people around them, right? What they have experienced, what they know about mental health issues, and how they were empowered as caregivers. So giving hope to others, to other caregivers, create a recovery culture in the community, using recovery language, avoiding labels, or negative labels of a person with mental health issues, so that it will ultimately help the recovery of our loved ones facing these mental health issues.
Okay, we'll look here. 1, 2. One more time. 1, 2. Kalau tambah tekan tiga,
So I think that sense of purpose and confidence is what I hope for my son moving forward. I really hope and pray that he recovers, to be able to lead a fruitful life, that he will be able to maybe even start his own family. that it's a reality that is possible for any persons with mental health issues, actually, with early intervention, with treatment, with support from family members, with acceptance and support from the community, they will feel empowered, they will feel supported in their recovery.
Just when I was wondering who would turn the grey sky blue, you were passing along the way and you brightened up my day. Extraordinary people with the love you bring. When you came into my life, it's here you'll stay.